Hello everyone, I'm Love here, back again with another Awaken Chaos Era video. So in today's video, I'll be creating a guide on the newly released epic hero in the game, and the hero is Karena. So let's check her out together. So this is Karena from the Dragon Scale Marsh. So currently she does not have any character animation, but let's take a look at her 360-degree character design. So basically she's equipped with some sort of like a very curvy bow. And doesn't seem it has any arrows in there, so I wonder what she uses to attack her enemies in range. Probably it's not arrow, maybe something else. So basically she's dressed in like a purple bluish theme and her hair color matches that. And look at that. Her cape looks like some sort of like a bony. Wait, is her wings? So she has like a mini wing behind her. I thought it is some sort of like a skeleton robe that she wears around. And she's holding some sort of like a necklace. Is it something that she uses to attack her enemies from far range? So yeah, so that's basically her character design. She also seems to be wearing some sort of like a high heels. But I wonder why a battle warrior like her is wearing a high heels for this kind of purpose when she's walking in some sort of like a marsh area. Alright, so that's basically her character design. Let's check out her overall stats. So she has an A rating for attack and critical rate, B rating for health and defense, health and speed, and C for defense. So she's like a pretty squishy damage dealer. She seems to be some sort of like maybe a mix of damage dealer as well as a debuffer or supporter hero. Then she does not have an S rating for attack or A rating for speed. So let's check out her abilities to see how her character design matches with her abilities, starting off with her trait. So her trait is known as the Dragon's Heritage. On active attacks, if the target's attack is the highest on both teams, gains 30% bonus attack, and launches a bonus attack with the basic ability. I'm not really understand what it means by 30% bonus attack. Is it a 30% chance to launch a bonus attack or not? So it's worded pretty ambiguously. I'm not sure what it means by 30%. Either is it means that it's 30% bonus damage or so? And I've tested out her and she seems to be gaining bonus attack regardless of how much attack she has, if even though she has the lowest attack in the team when comparing to other damage nukers. So upon ascending her, she needs a Ascension 5, which is pretty a lot. And what does that do? Is basically when she's attacked, the attacker's attack is the highest on both teams, reduces the damage received by 30%, and launches an attack with the basic ability. So when people attack her, then she has a chance to perform a bonus attack again. So this one is working on when she's performing the attack, and upon ascending her, she'll be able to perform a bonus attack when she's been attacked. So that's basically her Dragon Heritage trait. And let's check out her basic ability, which is known as the Wing Bolt. Deals 120% damage to one enemy, with a 75% chance to remove one positive effect on them. If the enemy has no positive effect, applies random steps down to them for 2 turns. And if you fully defer the mastery book, this will increase the chance from 75% up to 100% chance. The random steps down is basically a negative effect. It applies defense down, attack down, critical rate down, critical damage down, accuracy down, focus down, or resistance down. So this one requires focus stats if you want her to apply this sorts of random stats down. Then her special ability is known as the triple shot. This one has a 3 turn skill cooldown, deals 180% damage to one enemy, and removes one negative effect on this hero. If this hero has no negative effect, randomly removes one negative effect on one ally. So this one is really useful, especially for the Queen of Tides, because the Queen of Tides will apply the water prison to stun your heroes, especially the ones that has the highest attack stats. So if she has the the lower attack stats, then she's able to clear off the water prison from the Queen of Tides. Okay, and finally, her ultimate ability is known as the Shadow Projectile. This one has a 3-turn skill cooldown, deals 240% damage to an enemy and applies Unhealable, and increased damage taken for 2 turns. Unhealable is very useful, especially for the Wrathful Flood for stage 10 and 11, because the boss will heal themselves up. And increased damage taken is also a wonderful negative effect that amplifies the damage down to the enemy. Alright, so that's basically her ability. So she's more sort of like a PvE hero that helps you to clear the Queen of Tides as well as the Wrathful Flood, where you farm the water hero skills. Let's check out the Ace Developers Guide. So basically they recommend Ascension set as well as Warrior set. You can also use Raider set in order to speed tune her to go either before or after the enemy. Ascension set is really useful because it boosts up her single target damage because she doesn't really do any AoE or area of effect damage. So some players have already tried her out, and the rating is pretty low given the ratings for them. So Arena, she's pretty bad. Yeah, so basically she's mainly a PvE hero, not a PvP hero. But Wrathful Flood, she's really good. Not sure why they put it as 3. So it should be 5. In case if you're not able to finish off the boss, especially for stage 10 and 11, if you're not able to finish off the boss, then her Unhealable will work really well here. Then same goes with the Queen of Tides. She can help to amplify the damage dealt as well as perform some cleansing. And yeah, so that's basically her ratings. So let's check out the gears that I have equipped on her. So currently I'm gearing her in an Assassin set that allows her to do 50% more damage to the main target and 50% chance of dealing additional 35% damage, and then Raider set to provide her with additional speed. So once you're able to get her with the Ascension, the first Ascension, then you can swap out the Raider set with a Warrior set for more damage output. Alright, so let me quickly go through the gears so you have an idea on what stats to prioritize. So basically, as a damage dealer and a debuffer hero, you want to have 4 types of stats. Let me show you the overall stats here first. So I prioritize on the attack, critical rate, critical damage, some focus, and as well as speed. If you're able to get her to level 70, this will boost up her speed by 5 more speed, and also improve her attack stats, health, and defense to make her slightly more tankier. Alright, so let's go through the gears. So basically, this is the weapon. It has some speed, critical damage, and attack. Then this is the helmet with a critical rate, critical damage, precision, and defense. Precision is mainly for Arena. And then we have the coat that has some attack, precision, critical damage, and critical rate. Then we have attack boots with some focus, critical rate, and critical damage. This is a critical rate ring that offers critical damage, attack, and precision. And finally, we have the necklace. So the necklace has an attack necklace with some double roll and speed, the double roll and attack, plus attack, some focus, and critical rate. Ideally, this one should be rolled into the critical rate, so you have more critical rate, and then you can swap out with a critical damage ring. Her glitch and abilities are all maxed out. Basically, her Ascension, she needs 5th Ascension to unlock the second one, the bonus attack when receiving damage. And for her masteries, as you can see here, the ability mastery effect, she gains additional attack rather than critical rate. So that is interesting. So if you're able to get sufficient critical rate, then this one will help her to get additional attack stats up. Alright, this is something unique which I've not seen before in a particular hero like her. For gear mastery, it's basically the same. For physic mastery effect, this one provides her with additional speed rather than 20% critical damage. And the last one would be providing her with additional attack boost based on her speed, as well as defense and health. Alright, so let's check her out in those areas in the game that she's good at, which is the Wrathful as well as the Queen of Tides. Alright, so we are now on the stage 11 of this Wrathful. What makes this boss challenging is because of this ability, the Healing Spring, restores 100% of the max health to this character at the end of the turn. So if you are not able to do sufficient damage to this boss, what you need to do is to bring in heroes that apply unhealable debuff. So let me show you how this team works. So basically I just bring in Karena to help us with the unhealable, and just bring in some support heroes to simulate that you're not able to finish off this boss. Then I'll just bring in Hitoshi to wipe out the first wave of mobs, then Baki for some help on the single target damage. For the spells, I just use Sudden Purgatory and Smoldering Flames. Alright, so we are now on the stage 11 of this Wrathful. And what makes this boss challenging is because of this ability, Healing Spring, restores 100% of max health to this character at the end of the turn. So if you're not able to finish off the boss within the first round, then you need to bring in unhealable heroes to prevent the boss from healing himself. Alright, so let me try to select some heroes to simulate this scenario. Alright, so these are the heroes that I've selected for this battle. I have Hitoshi in the leader spot to provide all team members' attack is increased by 15%. And then I have Karena to apply the increased damage taken as well as the unhealable. Then I have Alastair as well as this guy, Augustine, to do some damage to the boss. Then for the spells, I'll just select Sudden Purgatory as well as Smoldering Flames. Alright, so at the start of the battle, the AI will use the Smoldering Flames. Then on the boss wave, you'll use the Sudden Purgatory and then apply the ultimate from Hitoshi. Next on the list would be Karena, which is there to apply the Shadow Projectile, which inflicts unhealable and increased damage taken. Ideally, you want to speed tune her to go first so that your damage dealers such as like Alastair as well as Augustine will be able to do more damage whenever this debuff, increased damage taken, is being applied. So let's try some damage here. Alright, so we managed to finish off the boss with the help of this increased damage taken. Alright, so let's assume that we're not able to finish off the boss with our heroes here. So let's see how the unhealable will help us in this favor. So Hitoshi will do his thing, or now apply the unhealable. And this time, instead of finishing off the boss, let's simulate if you're not able to finish off the boss here. Oh no. Okay, so now the boss has taken his turn. And as you notice, he wasn't able to heal off his HP bar of the health bar at all. So this is one way to use Karena in this particular scenario. Alright, so we are now on the Helmo Stage 4 of this Queen of Tides. And as usual, for Helmo Stage 3 as well as Helmo Stage 4, the enemies here have a unique mechanic compared to the other Helmo stages as well as the regular stages. Basically, the Queen of Tides will have this cleansing deal. If affected by 4 or more negative effects at the start of the turn, removes all negative effect. So you want to speed tune your heroes so that they do not apply too much negative effect on the boss. Alright, so for this team, I have Hitoshi to clear out the first wave and as well as the second wave quickly. And then we have Jonathan to help us with the survivability of our heroes with his AoE shield. And then we'll be showcasing Karena here with her unhealable debuff as well as the increased damage taken. And finally, I have another supporter hero here who is the Sacred Wind Strikes to help us with the healing. And most importantly is to apply the attack down because Karena is pretty squishy here. And if she receives too much damage, then she might get killed easily. And for the spells, I'll be using Water Prison to help us with the removal of the positive effect on the boss. Because Karena is not booked with the mastery books, that's why the chances of removing those positive effects is only 75%. Then we have Gaia's Renewal for the supplementary healing. Alright, so at the start of the battle, we have Jonathan to apply the AoE attack down and defense down, which makes it easy for Hitoshi to clear out the the front line of crabs. The Karena is to finish off the remaining big crab there. Then Jonathan takes his bonus turn. And then Hitoshi clear out the 3 crabs, which allows him to gain the maximum amount of attack stats. This will allow him to do more damage in the long run. That's why we need to speed tune him to do the finishing kill. So as you notice, right, Karena here is speed tuned to go after the boss. The reason it's done this way is because her special ability is able to remove those water prison. So once the boss takes a turn, she will stun the highest attack hero stats here, which is Hitoshi with the help of those 5 stacks of attack up buff. Then Karena remove the water prison from Hitoshi, allowing him to have a turn on the next round. Once we take out this right side guard, then it will also help to remove the positive effect on the boss. So this is one way in order for you to use Karena to help out with the removal of the positive effect, although she's not the person who is getting stunned. But it's ideal for her not to get stunned, otherwise, right, she won't be able to perform that removal of the water prison. And do remember that if you want to use the water, what's that called? The water prison spell against the boss is ideally you want to target the boss with like this. Otherwise, right, the AI will use the water prison on the left side guard here. There are some cases where the special ability doesn't really line up, so it could not remove that water prison on time. Alright, so we apply the attack down using the Sacred Wind Strikes to help reduce the damage dealt by the enemy here. Okay, Hitoshi was almost getting killed. Hopefully we can get some healing from Sacred Wind Strikes. So this team is pretty solid if you're able to get these heroes. Currently these are just epic heroes. But if you're able to get them, then you'll be able to build this team to farm this Queen of Tides. Currently the heroes that is booked right now is only Hitoshi to help out with the damage dealing to these enemies here. So we are just halfway there with the boss health at the second bar. Hopefully we can take down the boss before it gives any risk. So as you notice, the Karena is able to strip away those 2 positive effects from the boss. This is really important. Otherwise, right, if the boss have either 3 or 4 positive effect, right, then you'll be able to trigger that water bomb. And that water bomb is able to strip away those positive effects from our heroes here. Sacred Reset is also plays an important role here to apply the defense up buff, so to reduce the damage taken from the enemy's attack. Alright, so the boss is down. Let's check out the battle result. So we managed to complete this run. It doesn't show the time. Let's check out the battle report here. So we managed to clear this Queen of Tides in 19 rounds with Hitoshi, Sacred Wind Strikes, Jonathan, as well as Karena. And if you want to speed up the run even faster, you can probably swap out Sacred Wind Strikes with like Rachel, or put in like Shane for more damage output, or you can swap out with Muriel to do even more damage. But then this will require you to build your heroes even more tanky to survive the enemy attacks while doing a lot more damage to the boss. Alright, so that's the end of my video showcasing Karena in 2 areas that I find her useful, which is the Queen of Tides as well as the Wrathful. Do let me know down in the comments below what do you think about her and how will she be able to help you in your account. And if you found this video helpful, do give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, you can click on the subscribe button as well as ringing the notification bell to stay up to date whenever I upload a new video on this channel. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!